Okay, we're back, and now I've added the Drummond Geometry envelope to the PL Dot. We'll talk more about this envelope later on, but right now I just want to point out a characteristic that in times of high emotion, prices close above the envelope. The high is above the envelope, and prices close above the envelope. In times of congestion, if the price does close above the envelope, it doesn't stay there. It comes quickly back inside. And in real congestion, we're seeing price stay pretty much within the envelope. So let's think about that. That's one thing I want you to think about. The next thing I want you to think about is the wave-like nature of the way the market is acting. The wave-like nature. So it seems like when you look at markets, you start thinking about them, you really begin to think about waves and cycles. Now, we have a little terminology here I'm going to throw out just so that I can talk about it in the next screens. When price starts to move outside the envelope and closes occur above the envelope, the Drummond envelope, then we call that a C wave. We all know what C waves are like, and it's this extreme of energy. C waves can be relatively modest, like this wave, or they can be much more extreme. And so when we talk about C waves, we can be talking about real energy, real significant emotional energy expressed in the market through a wave of buyers or a wave of sellers, a huge amount of new capital coming into the market that overwhelms buyers or sellers on the other side of the capital move. One more illustration, and then we'll go back to our market charts and so forth. When I think of cycles, particularly cycles in the market, I think of the battle between buyers and sellers. Now, this is a historical picture of a battle in the Revolutionary War, and it's accurate or not, it doesn't really matter. What it shows for me is how a surge of energy can overwhelm the defenses of an existing position, whether that position is buyers or sellers. There's a constant battle, a constant tug of war, a constant fight going on between the two sides of the market and the two sides of most cycles. It's not a matter of smooth change. It's usually a matter of battles. These cycles and what we see represented on the charts represent impassioned human activity, and sometimes a lot of blood in the streets, sometimes very low emotion. But when you look at a chart, think a bit about what's behind it. And when you look at the PL dot and you see the dot pushing strongly, think that it means something in terms of the human activity that's represented behind it. Okay, we'll stop here and pick up in the next section.